MP.
Mr. Cruz.
Nice to finally meet you, bro.
I heard you met Kenny Cruz.
Okay,
that
so you
guy's
finally
my
met the
hero.
great
What a
Kenny Cruz.
baller.
How'd it go?
Oh, man, I got Hero, Cole, and T-Mac.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, I love it. This is
Look at
gonna
you.
be...
They plan was to knock me out the top of the game, but I understand they...
Get after it, MP. MP, let's bring it tonight. You already know.
Dale, you saw a little green bit now.
MP, thanks for checking in.
Of course, Nicole. What you got for me?
Just a quick question. Word is, tonight's the night you're going to debut your custom color.
Oh, man, it is huge. I'm a sneakerhead. You know, I grew up collecting every possible colorway of the Air Force Ones, all the way down to the sheets, the high top Air Force Ones. With him, like, when the shooting.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
What's up, bro? You know, man. How about you? Say another dollar. Yeah, that.
Middle part of the season, Grant, what are the biggest challenges for players?
Well, BA, it's mental, physical, and emotional fatigue. Night in and night out, you have to stay focused. With the amount of games teams play, all those back-to-backs, traveling across the country, bringing it every time out can be difficult.
Now let's check out the starters for the Detroit Pistons. Bojan Bogdanovic out there with Marvin Bagley. Then it's Durant, then there's Ivy, and it's Johnson in at the point guard position. Now here's DeRozan. Vucevic, a screen on Bagley. And it's DeRozan missing. Outside Johnson. Knocked away. Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over.
And their body language was unimpressive. They looked defeated much of the night, and because of it, they took the L.
Yeah, I just didn't see any fire from them to want to get it back. That's just one of those games you throw away in the trash and try and forget about it.
Williams is checked in for Levine. Now here's Williams. He had 9 points in his last time out. Clock at 6. Left block shot on the way. That shot off. And the Pistons going the other way now. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Chicago.
And these two teams will face off against one another 4 times. It should be fun.
Yeah, you know, each team wants to take it to the other. I'm sure we will see a lot of toying around with lineups and see what types of matchups work best.
DeRozan. Rebound Detroit.
Surprising he didn't bury that, but hey, it happens sometimes.
And a different kind of score. DeRozan attempted 741 mid-range jumpers last year, almost 300 more than anyone else. 3 out of 3, perfect start. Let's see how long they can ride this wave.
It's stolen by Johnson. Oh, he gets it to go. So far, he can't miss. He's 4 for 4.
Wow, now this is how you want to start your games. Flawless shooting so far.
For Chicago, they've gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. And Grant DeRozan, high volume from the mid-range and extremely accurate.
You know, B.A., he consistently makes about half those shots. And defensively, you know that's his favorite area. But his ball handling and vertical negate anything you throw at him. Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon. And that miss makes them 4 of 5 to start this one. Not a bad start.
Back to DeRozan. Pass to Beverly. 6 on the shot clock. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot.
Bojan Bogdanovic. First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for Chicago.
The NBA. Now, he represented them 7 times as an all-star. But for all his greatness on the court, he'll be remembered just as much for the work he did off the court as the league's global ambassador.
And the Bulls, that's a team that's built to win. The Eastern Conference stacked.
So looking at the East, where do you think
Boston, Miami, Milwaukee, Philly, each of those teams have MVP-level talents, and it's going to be a battle. I don't know who's going to come out on top.
Drummond's checked in for Chicago. Here's DeRozan, and the 18-footer right on the mark.
Living in this area on the floor, DeRozan loves that mid-range game, and honestly, for good reason.
Johnson finds Bagley.
2 minutes.
Bogdanovic on the wing. From behind the arc. Gets the 3 ball to go.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Here's Beverly. 1:44 left in the first quarter. A moment here for an injury report. And let's get an update on Zach LaVine's injury. Allie, any news?
Guys, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Chicago. He told me that it's a pinched shoulder nerve. And right now, he has lost all range of motion in his arm. As we approach and enter the midway point of the season, interesting to see just how this impacts them in the standings.
Okay, thanks for the update. Good to get that information. Now we know how things are coming along, Grant.
That's true. It's the uncertainty factor with injuries that can be so hard to handle.
And you never want to speculate. So it's nice for us, and especially his teammates, to get some facts.
Oh, and Johnson with a block.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now. A little bit in his head.
Fires in the triple.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Now here's DeRozan, coming off a 16-point game against Milwaukee. Outside White. Back to Beverly. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to White. Three-pointer. That shot is off. And the Pistons going the other way now. Their last game, a win against the Magic. Looking to carry it into this one.
What about their offense? It was a well-oiled machine, getting them high-quality looks time and time again.
The coaching staff has been happy with how well they've executed the game plan. They operated as a cohesive unit.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And again, Chicago, no good.
How many shots has he missed this quarter? Might be time to find offense elsewhere.
And the three-pointer goes.
Yeah, usually Durant is more of a finisher, but being selfless with the ball is a good thing for him in the long run.
The three from DeRozan. Oh, it would have counted had it.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score. The Bulls 8. The Pistons
paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Boy, the Pistons have been rolling along.
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
They're playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second. Amadou Diallo out there with Isaiah Stewart. Then it's Wiseman, and it's Cunningham in at the 2-guard spot.
Well, guys, Money in the last outing against the Magic was a man on a mission. He contributed 28 points, and they were not ready for him to block shots left and right. He had his handprint all over that game. Put up some big numbers. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
Here's Levine following the score by Detroit. They get it back. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play. Here's Johnson. Gets it to go. He's now 9 for 11 on the night. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Pistons? And that streaking rack attack is the Mobile One drive.
Yeah, talent is one thing, but it's about the want-to. Up big, but not settling. Continue to press the attack.
Levine gets the bucket.
We've seen the evolution of Levine as a three-point shooter. He's gained the confidence behind the arc, and he makes an impact there consistently.
And in Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren, the Pistons taking arguably the 2 best athletes in the 22 draft. The youth movement is on, and Detroit is definitely fun to watch.
And Chicago has possession after the Pistons picking up a basket just moments ago.
Have to appreciate what Levine's done. Worked his way to becoming one of the top scorers in this league.
Now here's Johnson, coming off a 28-point game against Orlando.
And what about all of his blocks? I mean, he intimidated shooters all game long.
Here's Johnson. It's an 18-point game. Inside. It's hauled in by White.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Levine against Stewart. And he was fouled.
Isaiah Stewart. First personal foul.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons.
That's the end of the first half with the score, the Bulls 34, the Pistons 50.
Welcome to the halftime show. And if they're going to turn this around, it's going to be a...
Well, they're not finding good shots, and that starts with their ball movement. Too much.
Shifting focus. Let's take a look at the guys who could. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head...
And with the second half upon us, We'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Chicago shooting just 38% for this game so far. Nikola Vucevic is out there with DeMar DeRozan. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Zach LaVine. And it's White in at shooting guard. That's the group for Billy Donovan getting going here in the second half. And the shot goes in.
And DeRozan has done an amazing job improving his playmaking skills, including finding his open teammates.
That was another look at our Mobile One drive of the game just a moment ago.
They're taking the onus on himself to make something happen. Got it into the teeth of the defense and made them pay.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Outside White. You know, one expression you hear from a lot of coaches nowadays, threatening drive. What's the value of breaking the paint?
BA, dribble penetration is so important, particularly in today's game. With the spacing and the great shooting on the perimeter, if you can get to the paint, one, you may score at the rim, but if the defense collapses, now you have an opportunity to find an open shooter from three.
White against Johnson. Pass to Ivy. Back to Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And I'll tell you what, that's what being unselfish is all about. Ivy finding the open man.
White on the wing. Back to LaVine. Out to Beverly. DeRozan for three. Rebounded by the Pistons. Johnson's got rebound number 7 tonight. To the middle. Oh, powered down with both hands.
At 6'11", it's a short trip for Durant up to the rim, and the rookie powers it down with enthusiasm.
On the wing, LaVine over Bogdanovich. No good off the back of the rim.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Well, Grant, one thing LaVine has done since entering the league, he's taken his strength training very seriously.
No question. I mean, he can play a much more physical brand of ball now. We even see him post up with his back to the basket, converting through contact. It's just part of his overall evolution.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, the Pistons focusing on improving their scoring. Coach Dwayne Casey said, quote, "This is an offensive league. In today's game, you've got to be able to shoot the three because you can't make enough twos to win. It's tough to defend the three, so you've got to keep that scoreboard moving." Back to you.
Floor spacing at a premium, Allie. Thank you. Johnson with a bucket.
He has been a key factor for them offensively, scoring with consistency.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Outside White. Pass to Vucevic.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
A minute 58 left in the third. Outside White. To end the run. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 8 rebounds in the game. From deep three-point range. From beyond the arc and then some. Johnson's got 11 points here in the second half. Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. Jimmy Butler.
And what a haul they got from Minnesota. Zach LaVine, the headliner, and he's turned out to be a franchise player. It's tough to win one of those type of deals, but Chicago got a stud.
Drummond passes to Caruso. Outside White. Pass to Drummond. Caruso, a screen on Wiseman. Williams with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No bucket.
Pistons foul. Johnson. First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the ball, Kode White. Taking 3 shots.
To predict the limits of a team. But as long as they continue to steadily develop, they can become a unit with playoff potential.
Here's Cunningham. And again, it's Detroit.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
The Bulls have gotten just 25% of their shots to fall since the half. 2 for 8. Spins. White, the pass to Williams. Green for 3. The rebound by Diallo. Detroit has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. From deep, Johnson. And the Pistons, another 3.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
Oh, yeah, I can't agree more. They haven't missed.
Caruso finds White. Oh, and Johnson with a block. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Three-pointer off the mark. Chicago has got nothing to fall here in the third. 0 for 4. Pass to Caruso. White against Johnson. The 11-footer. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
This is the exact energy you like to see from Drummond. He can be a monster on the offensive glass.
There's Cunningham with a 3. Oh, no good on the last second.
The end of the third quarter. Score, the Bulls, 42. The Pistons, 68.
Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Simonovic. DeRozan comes in for Bembry. And it's Levine in for DeSumo. And a switch here also for Detroit. Johnson, he's checked in for Hayes. Burks for 3. Drops in the 3. Burks has got 8 here in this quarter.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
And Detroit, let's look at who they've got. Johnson is out there with Alec Burks. Then it's Amadou Diallo. Then it's Isaiah Stewart. And it's Wiseman in at the center position. The Pistons have gotten 5 of 12 shot attempts to go so far in the fourth quarter. Johnson passes to Stewart. Back to Johnson. Second shot opportunity. And it's Chicago with a board. Caruso outside. On the wing, DeRozan. Boy, viewership numbers are on the rise. NBA business is booming. I guess it's a good time to own a piece, eh, Grant?
Hey, B.A., you said it best. The league is in great shape. We have great leadership, talent. It's an exciting time, and I think the league has more growth globally in the years to come.
And the shot goes down.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Burks against Levine. Caruso outside. Fires from deep. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Yeah, I mean, they put so much focus on Vucevic, it leaves a wide open man.
Levine comes with the double team. They get the rebound. Burks for 3. Another 3 for Detroit.
Now, you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
Levine can't hit. Detroit has gone 3 of 6 from downtown so far in the fourth.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Pistons.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And this victory will put them at 36 wins on the year.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with a win in the first game.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for money.
Gotta respect the leadership he showed today. Made great reads and distributed the ball accordingly.
Caruso against Johnson. Vucevic, a screen on Burks. Levine passes to Vucevic. Ooh, nothing falling for them right now. Johnson against Vucevic. Burks for 3. And no good. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Green, the pass to Vucevic. Takes a 3. The Pistons clear it.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
To the paint. So we see the Pistons taking the...
That's the end of the game. Thank you to all the fans who came out to root for their team. We hope you have a safe trip home.
Nikki, what's going on? I wouldn't miss it for the world. Because the Classic is where the...
So, what are your thoughts on going up against Shep Owens? I mean...
You know, Nicole, since the first day I got to this city,
Yeah, Pete.
You know what I'm saying, though?
How you feeling about that Classic, baby?
Looking forward to it, bro. The streets been saying they miss me.
Yeah. But you know...
Feeling you, MP.
Maybe we send some Steve Nash MVP season.
MP, I want to chat with you for a minute.
What's up, Coach?
I'm just...
So the Timberwolves win the tip. And Greg, it must add a little extra motivation for both these teams to end the year on this New Year's Eve on a winning note.
It does. I mean, but the atmosphere is special on New Year's Eve no matter what. The fans are excited. There are a lot of families in the crowd, and everyone's having fun. And the players can pick up on that energy.
Nice ball movement by Detroit. It's stolen by Edwards. To the middle. There's McDaniels. And finished off by McDaniels.
Nice read by Edwards there, finding a wide-open teammate and sending the ball his way on target.
Johnson double-teamed. Here's Ivy. Misses the three. And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. We're about 1 minute into the first. Back to McDaniel. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the layup is good.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And the #1 overall pick in 2015, Karl Anthony Towns has been the franchise player in Minnesota, but out to prove he can be the cornerstone on a contender.
Here is Edwards after the made shot from Johnson. Towns the screen. Edwards kicks to Towns. And the call.
Marvin Bagley III. First personal foul. First team foul.
Towns absorbs the contact and gets the whistle.
And Towns drops them both. Greg, in order for Towns to get the Wolves to where they want to go, and certainly where he wants to go, how does he take the next step?
For me, last season, an inconsistent playoff performance for Cat. He's got to make an imprint on the game, even when shots aren't falling.
And the short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Dwayne Casey gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. He said he honestly doesn't know what to expect. This is the first meeting between these two teams this year, so there'll be some feeling out at the beginning. But he told me sometimes that's when we're at our best. We're relying on our instincts and awareness at the offensive end. Kevin, we'll see if that holds true.
Thanks for the report, DA. Looking to get into a rhythm early, Greg, with their shooting.
And I think to get into a good flow, you need to get everyone involved, even if it's as a facilitator.
That's right. I mean, the only thing that matters is what the scoreboard shows. I mean, your role is dependent on what the team needs from you at the time. Excel in your role. That's what good teammates do.
And the slam dunk by Johnson.
Yeah, natural scorer. Ivy is developing into a tremendous playmaker.
And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves.
2 minutes remaining.
Trailing by 4. Here's Conley. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Towns wide open. Hits it from three-point range. Towns has got 5 now.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
The Timberwolves secured a spot in the playoffs last season, Greg, and we enjoyed it after they got that emotional win in the play-in game in the Twin Cities over the Clippers. What a night.
And Kevin, you could tell it meant a lot to the players. This is a team that has struggled for so long, and by getting to the playoffs, this is a step in the right direction.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
On deep. And Johnson missing again. For Minnesota, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. And that's a foul called on Money. That is his first foul of the game. Timeout called.
Gobert being traded. Gets a fresh start with the Timberwolves.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Anderson comes in for Towns. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for McDaniels. And it's Noel in for Mike Conley. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. James Wiseman, he's checked in for Durant. Stewart comes in for Bagley. Diallo, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Cunningham in for Ivy. There's 49 seconds left in the first. Pass to Anderson. He dishes it to Edwards. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. No coverage that time. He has 5.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Timberwolves leading by 4. Anderson passes to Edwards. 1 second separate in the shot clock and game. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. The 3. Anderson's shot is off. Johnson left side. Shoots the 3. Johnson missing again. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter.
17, the Pistons, 13.
Back at the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Boy, grinding it out on the glass. They've really been working for those points.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. They've got James Wiseman. Johnson is out there with Cunningham. Then it's Hamidou Diallo. And it's Stewart in at the 4 spot. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, D.A.?
Well, guys, Money in the last outing against Chicago was sensational. He scored 46 points, and he got those points as he always does, knocking down shots from beyond the arc. He racked up big numbers in what was a really good performance. Can he carry it over tonight? We'll see, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this thing. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
Moves so well for a big. I love when Wiseman cuts hard and gets his head under the rim.
Conley with it. Wiseman picks him up. Conley kicks to Anderson for 3. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
And the challenge defensively is to find Cunningham at all 3 levels. He can beat you at the rim. He can beat you from 30 feet out and everything in between.
Yeah, I tell you what, for him, this has been a game to forget. But somehow they still find themselves with the lead.
And it's Johnson with the jam.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Now here is Conley. This time out he had 14 points. Teams nowadays tracking deflections in addition to steals. Were they something you were aware of when you played defense, Greg?
Even if they weren't tracked, they were valued. And I remember early in my career, that was something with the Knicks that would always emphasize, because deflections were a true indicator of activity, especially defensively. Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Now, here's Reed, hoping to put that miserable performance against Milwaukee behind him tonight. And Anderson gets it to go.
No, it wouldn't be a bad idea. He needs more to...
So the clock runs out with the score.
37. The Pistons, 37.
Hey,
nice group of shooters. I would know. Can you imagine if I played today? I'd be a straight.
talking Pistons now. Close game so far for them. Thanks for spending half.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. What a game we're seeing from Money.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Two big men inside, Towns and Gobert. Hiding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. And it's Conley in at the one spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Timberwolves trail by 3. And Greg, beyond the lottery picks, this Pistons team has a lot of young players looking to make a name for themselves.
Second-round picks are guys let go by their first team. There's an underdog quality to the roster. Guys hungry to prove they belong.
Outside, Bagley. Back to Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may...
First personal foul. First team foul.
Dominate like he can, Kevin. Towns is a monster. I mean, averaging a double-double every year of his career so far. So valuable in what he brings to the table. Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock him down from the line.
Minnesota's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. And it's Anderson in for McDaniels. And Detroit with a change here, too. Wiseman's checked in for Marvin Bagley. Conley for 3. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. To the paint, stolen by Anderson. Here's Conley, out to Edwards. Back to Conley. And the layup's good off the glass. Conley's got his second basket of the night.
And he's been a terrific point guard in this league for a long time. Mike Conley just knows how to play.
And here's Bogdanovich for 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. Johnson's got 6 assists here tonight. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Timberwolves. 4-point game. Now, here's Reid. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Johnson with the block. Shot clock at 5. Towns sets the pick for Anderson. No good on the 3.
Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
Buries it from 3-point range. Now it's a 7-point Detroit lead.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Towns sets the pick for Edwards. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Pistons have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Timberwolves have gone only 1 of 6 from the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started. Anderson dishes to Edwards. And he makes good on the layup. Edwards got 7 points in the game.
Defense gets
Craig, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Noel comes in for Edwards. Detroit also making some changes. Stewart's checked in for Durant. Burks comes in for Bogdanovich. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Ivy. Timberwolves trail by 5. The pass to Reid. Jacks up a 3. Sinks the triple. Reid's got his first 3 points of the game.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Johnson, good.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Minnesota's gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Noel passes to Reid. The shot, no good. The Pistons go the other way with it. Johnson outside. And it's Johnson again missing. Anderson up top. He's covered by Wiseman. Burks with the steal. And oh, here we go. Burks got it. A fast break chance. 18 feet out. Johnson gets the bucket. Johnson's got the lead up to 7 now for the Pistons.
Well, Wiseman's passing game is a work in progress, but he's smart enough to spot the wide open man there.
Here's Noel. Rebound, Detroit. And it's Johnson. That time on the assist by Wiseman. And it's a 9-point Detroit lead. The Timberwolves shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Reed kicks to Anderson. Back to Reed. They need this. And Wiseman sends it back.
And putting in work on the defensive end. Wiseman's swat providing a spark to his team.
And he gets the bucket.
Boy, he's really been on a roll this quarter. Seems like everything he throws up is finding bottom.
Conley against Johnson. And here is Conley. The 3. And so it's the Detroit Pistons.
The Minnesota Timberwolves, 46. The Pistons, 57.
Making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Then for the Pistons, Ivy's checked in for Cade Cunningham. And it's Johnson in for Hayes. Mike Conley's checked in for the Timberwolves. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Bagley is out there with Bogdanovich. Then it's Durant. Then it's Johnson. And it's Ivy in at the 2. McDaniels in the post. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Conley gets the bucket.
He drilled one from deep in the first half, doing it again here in the second.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Here's Johnson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2. In a moment now, to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Timberwolves.
Their accuracy in this one has just been on another level. I mean, the 3 ball keeps falling, and the defense just hasn't been able to run them off the line.
Shout out to them for getting to the foul line. They've been the aggressors, taking that ball to the basket, and they've been able to knock down a good percentage of those free throws.
The Pistons trailing. Over to the wing, to the inside. Johnson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Bagley dishes to Johnson. Bagley the pass to Durant. Shot clock at 6. To take the lead. Bagley with the bucket. Bagley's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Stepping up, Bagley lives to compete. He wants the ball when the game is on the line.
Outside Edwards. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
Johnson outside. Passes it to Ivy. Inside, Bagley. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind the layup. Come on now.
Out to the right wing. Outside Conley. Back to Towns. Takes a 3. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. So it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Detroit Pistons. They've led by as many as 11 points.
And just easy to see why people are... It's impressive.
Now it's Reed. He's checked in for Minnesota. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during the break. He told them they have to pick it up. He said there's no time like the present, fellas. Embrace the moment, and let's take back this game. We'll see what they can do, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. Here's Conley. And he commits these.
Bagley has reminds me a little bit of Chris Bosh, a sweet lefty who can feed with force and
.29 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. .29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Edwards with it. Beyond the arc. He's off on that one. And an intentional.
Anthony Towns. Third personal foul. Team is in the
7-point lead.
And you have to appreciate the all-out effort Jay Navi gives you on the court. He works so hard to find ways to get involved and prove he belongs here.
Anderson finds Conley. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Back to Johnson. On the money.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.
I can't stop, feeling like I can't stop, feeling like I can't stop, no, I can't stop, but feeling like I can't stop, feeling like I can't stop, yeah, I'll keep going, sway